Hi, it's Jeff, and I wanted to share this quick message before today's program. Did you read the Harry Potter books or see the movies? If so, you might like to experience them in a new way by listening to the books out loud in English. That's just one of the possibilities with an Audible.com membership, and listeners to Plain English can get a free audiobook by signing up for a trial membership. Don't worry, a trial membership is free. You do have to enter credit card details, but if you cancel your membership within a month, you won't be charged, and you'll keep that first audiobook forever. Just go to plainenglish.com/book. plainenglish.com/book for more details.
Welcome to Plain English, the podcast that goes at the right speed for English language learners. Listen now and read the transcript online at plainenglish.com. Now, here's Jeff, your host for today's episode.
Delete Facebook? Why some people are starting to lose patience with the social media giant. Welcome to Plain English for Thursday, April 5th, 2018. Today is episode 35, and a transcript of today's show can be found on the website at plainenglish.com/35. Coming up today, the social media giant finds itself on the defensive after a major privacy scandal. Some people are pledging to delete Facebook. In the second half of the program, we'll talk about the English idiom to gather steam. Before we get started, I wanted to remind you of some additional resources that are available for the listeners who are on our email list. Every time we release an episode, we send an email with links to English language articles that I use to prepare the show. So you can read some more about any topics that particularly interest you. I also include an explanation of one more word or phrase for each episode. If you want to get these emails, just go to plainenglish.com/mail, plainenglish.com/mail to sign up. Let's get going on today's topic. Facebook is in hot water with users, investors, and the U.S. government after another embarrassing scandal about how it uses its members' data. The latest scandal broke out on March 17th when Facebook revealed it had suspended a group called Cambridge Analytica from its platform. The group was suspended for having sold user data to political campaigns, including the campaign of U.S. President Donald Trump, without the user's consent. Here's what happened. Back in 2016, a group of researchers created a personality quiz via a Facebook app. The researchers then used the data for their own purpose, which was allowed under Facebook's terms of service. But the researchers then sold this data to a company called Cambridge Analytica. This was the part that was not legal. The users consented to a personality quiz, not to having their data sold to whomever. Cambridge Analytica then analyzed the data and sold their findings to political campaigns. The campaigns then used the data to target advertising and articles to users hoping to influence their votes. Facebook wasn't directly at fault here, since the researchers who collected the data through the personality quiz were not allowed to sell the data to anyone else. But some people have criticized Facebook for not taking any proactive measures to prevent people from misusing the data, measures that are common in the technology industry. The whole scandal has shined an uncomfortable light on Facebook's use of user data. For one thing, the use of personal data to target political ads was permitted in previous elections and had been used by a variety of politicians in different ways over the years. In an effort to be transparent, Facebook showed users how they can see exactly what data is kept on them, and some users have been horrified to find out it includes all their old search terms, contacts that they deleted from their phone years ago, the locations of all their logins over the years, and an estimate of their political views or religious affiliation. Facebook is trying to control the damage, but it's not doing a great job. CEO Mark Zuckerberg was silent for days over the matter, then made some statements trying to downplay the situation, then had a series of unconvincing television appearances, and finally, he seems to have agreed to testify before the U.S. Congress. Meanwhile, the hashtag #DeleteFacebook is gathering steam, with a lot of individuals breaking up with the social media network, including public figures like actor Will Ferrell and entrepreneur Elon Musk. If you search Delete Facebook, you see dozens of how-to articles inspired by the recent controversy. This new scandal came at an unfortunate time for the social media giant. It had already been under fire for its use of personal data to drive engagement and advertising revenue. For example, America's Federal Trade Commission confirmed it is investigating Facebook for deceptive practices regarding members' privacy. Analysts think Facebook could have to pay a fine of over $1 billion for violating regulations. The more serious problem for the tech giant is the possibility that the U.S. government would regulate how Facebook and other internet companies can use data to target advertising, and if they do so, it could seriously hurt Facebook's advertising business. So, it probably doesn't help that the website BuzzFeed revealed an internal Facebook memo that appeared to say that Facebook wants to increase user engagement at all costs, even if those costs include more bullying by classmates or even terrorist attacks. Needless to say, Zuckerberg had to publicly say he disagreed with the content of that memo. I think most people accept that targeted ads can actually be helpful to users. All else equal, it's generally useful to see ads that correspond with our interests, rather than general things like television ads. And most people appreciate all the free stuff they get from firms like Google and Facebook that use personal data. But it seems like some technology companies are taking things a little too far, and we're starting to see that the big technology companies won't get a free pass forever, and will have to start answering to the public, investors, and governments regarding how they use all the data they collect. Facebook's stock is down 17% in the 2 weeks since the Cambridge Analytica scandal broke. Remember back in episode 32, we talked about esports, or competitive video gaming. I've never watched professional video game players on television or live before, so I wasn't quite sure why anyone would want to do that. I asked listeners why they watch those, what they like about it. I got a really interesting answer from Samuel from Brazil. He said that watching video games is like watching a suspense movie, since you never know what's going to happen. That's an interesting perspective that I hadn't thought of before. Samuel's pumped because ESL 1, a video gaming competition, is coming to Brazil for the first time in 2018. It will be in Belo Horizonte in June. So thanks for the note, Samuel. I'll check out a live stream of video gaming sometime soon, and I'll let you know how I like it. Today's expression is to gather steam. It's an idiom meaning that something gains momentum or increases its speed or progress. Earlier, I said that the hashtag #DeleteFacebook is gathering steam. That means it's getting more and more popular. It's progressing at an increasing speed. At first, I think it started as a little bit of a joke, but then celebrities started pledging to delete Facebook. Then newspaper articles came out talking about how people were trying to delete Facebook. And then more articles talking about how hard it is to delete Facebook. As more and more people are talking about deleting Facebook, the movement is gathering steam. It's getting more popular. Technology these days makes it easy for movements and topics to gather steam. Do you remember the Me Too movement? This was an initiative on social media where women, and men, but mostly women, would post personal stories highlighting the prevalence of sexual harassment in the workplace. The movement gathered steam, especially as sexual harassment scandals started spreading through Hollywood and business. What else has gathered steam lately? Podcasting actually is gathering steam. It's becoming more and more popular in the U.S. and around the world. In fact, including podcasts on Spotify has helped the podcasting community gather steam in countries other than the United States. Esports, our topic from a few weeks ago, are gathering steam in the U.S. after having been popular in Asia for years. Remember, gather steam means to gain momentum, to become more and more popular over time. That's it for today. Thanks for listening to Plain English. If you like the program, then remember to click follow on Spotify or subscribe on Apple Podcasts or your podcast app. That way, you'll get the program automatically every Monday and Thursday. Next time on Plain English, we'll talk about the political drama in Peru. Don't miss it.